In the previous video we were talking about how the crisis is becoming thing of the past. China's opening, fighting inflation is what seems to be the new challenges. Let us see how a few sectors or areas that will be impacted in the future. This is Channel News Stock, in 90 seconds. In electric vehicles. Once upon a not too long time ago, they were a rarity on the road, but if you look at the roads these days, you see that they are becoming more common, yet still in the minority. With more charging points popping up and if oil prices continue to stay high, in the coming months and years, you will probably note combustion car engine cars becoming the rarity. That day will likely happen when you see news of a petrol kiosk converting totally to a charging station. In housing and rentals. For the youth who are starting out on their life journey, the government will try to assist you by ramping up the increase in BTO. Personally, at you or your partner are all systems go. Take the leap and get your apartment. My guess is that things will rise. With the rise in interest rates, rentals will likely rise, and in turn this support the rise in housing prices. With the recent opening of the Thomson MRT line and utilization rate probably nowhere near break-even, my contention is that Singapore might welcome more people. Corporates that have set up their offices here will bring in a handful of their own people to kick off operations and to ensure smooth day-to-day until such time the locals can take over. This requires a couple of years. Recall the mantra of building ahead of time. For REITs. With rising interest rates about to taper off, a number of them will be reaching their debt limit, and so either rights issues are on the cards or smart property disposals are in order to right-size their debt loads. Do recall that many of the REITs were busy with property acquisitions during COVID-19. So in short term, the market will likely be weak until after Chinese New Year. We have just gone through Christmas, a 1% GST hike that kicked in at the start of 2023, and with Chinese New Year so close, cash-strapped folks might lock in some gains or sell some shares to release some funds to clear the amounts spent over the festive period or for purchases to beat the impending GST hike. Usually the market rebounds nicely after Chinese New Year as companies announce their earnings and dividend payouts. If the local banks raise their dividend payouts, we could see the market pop a little higher. This has been Channel News Stock, in 90 seconds.